When I asked my daughter if she saw her father enter the room, she said she did. When I inquired why she had not told me, she said she was scared. She thought I was in on her father's plan to defile her.
This woman's third daughter was among those who made up the number of children defiled in the annual police crime report 2020. The perpetrator is her husband and the child's father. Police heard that he repeatedly defiled his then 10-and-a-half-year-old child after sedating his wife. The incidents happened between November 2019 and January 2020.
When the doctor carried out a medical examination, my daughter did not flinch. Even when the police examined her, she did not pull away. When she was asked if she felt any pain, her response was no, which was an indication that she had been defiled.
A total of 14,134 cases of defilements were reported to police compared to the 13,613 reported in 2019. However, according to Simio Sebakulu of Volume Up, a social workers NGO, this does not reflect the actual number of children who have been violated over time.
Right in the communities, there are a number of cases that don't even get to the police reports. They don't get to the police records because of quite a number of reasons. One, there are victims that are actually threatened from reporting. So they end up not reporting some of those cases. Then two, the parents themselves and the community structures sometimes might not know the process undergone when it gets to child protection.
So what is accelerating this vice?
It's easy to mother or father a child, but it's not as easy to be a mother or to be a father, because then you need to live up to the responsibilities. We can't neglect values. There's still cultures, for example, in refugee settings, there are cultures, people in Congo believe that for you to marry a girl, they are probably better when they're probably 16.
In this report, the police says 301 children were defiled by persons who are HIV positive. 125 cases were children with disabilities, while those defiled by their guardians were 120. Another 120 cases of children violated by parents were reported. 52 pupils were defiled by their teachers, and 55 students also suffered at the hands of their teachers.
Before, cases were being frustrated, they were being charged with raw offenses because such information was lacking in the several reports and documentations. But if Uganda Police comes out to categorize these cases based on how they are as per the penal code provision or the laws, then it empowers also the community to know that actually defilement cases are categorized and are handled in different ways.
The mother was able to get legal representation from the Center for Health, Human Rights and Development, CEHAD, in her search for justice. And although these cases were reported to the police, the bigger issue is if justice will be served.
Then it's also worrying that even those that have been reported, you realize that more are being dismissed and more are not being convicted for the offenses. And the percentage of those that have been convicted is really almost zero. So what does that, is it ringing a bell that actually due to frustration of these cases, then communities cannot report cases?
Sebakulu wants the government to include the civil society and social workers in the fight against defilement.
When it gets to issues like child protection, it's very, very important. But currently we don't have that in place. And what happens is we have people that actually try to handle child protection as a remedial service.
Under Section 129 of the Penal Code Act, defilement is categorized into two: simple defilement, 14 years of age and above, but below 18 years, and aggravated defilement, below 14 years. On conviction for simple defilement, a person is liable to life imprisonment and death for aggravated defilement. Rita Kanya, NTV Tonight.